What is up, DS3 TV? We are back for another video. This one is 101 facts about the deep web, and yeah, this is a pretty good video. It's in my recommended, so I decided let's watch it, and yeah, so let's get into it. Also, subscribe to the channel. I want to get 500 subscribers by January 14th. Yeah, so let's get into it, and also, what else was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh, you can suggest videos that you want me to watch in the comment section down below, and I will watch them. And yeah. So let's get into it. Couldn't find my ear on the other one, but yeah. So let's get into it and.
I wanted to give you a video about the deep web, but unfortunately I don't really understand what it is. I thought it was a Spider-Man spin-off comic. But not to worry, because I found Chris loitering around an internet cafe, and he assures me
You thought the deep web was Venom? Maybe. I mean,
he knows what the happy
pretty. I don't know why did it play again, but that'd be pretty funny.
is. So, take it away, Chris.
Thanks, Sam. Hello, motherfactors. The internet is wonderful, isn't it? You can talk with your strange grandma who lives in Alert, get your groceries delivered by the click of a button, and watch countless videos of cats riding on Roombas. But there is a darker side, specifically in the deep web. And what is the connection between onions and the black market? What is, and how do I get, a Bitcoin? Do you think I can find videos of girls eating carrots?
It's funny how differently the Bitcoin has changed over the years, because as I think about it right now, the Bitcoin has had a very rocky history. It started out really hot, like really good and really good thing to invest in, but then it took like a nosedive, and then it seems like it's going back up right now, which is pretty interesting too.
Carrots? I'm doing research and I need it. 2 out of these 3 questions are gonna be answered. So get your fingers ready for typing, get your brain ready for some puzzle solving, and get your soul ready for some awful things. This is 101 facts about the deep web. Number 1. The deep web is unindexed web pages. Basically everything you can't access via Google. The deep web is estimated to have 4 billion pages on it, which is around 400 to 500 times the amount the surface web has, which is freaking crazy. Number 2. So what's the difference between the deep web and the shallow web? Going on Facebook, scrolling through Twitter, watching this video on YouTube? These websites that we use every day exist on the ClearNet. The websites and URLs that are on this are indexed by search engines. The deep web are all the websites that aren't indexed by search engines.
Yep, or you can call it the instead of calling it the ClearNet, you can call it the surface web too, I believe.
Number 3. Search engines only search through 0.03% of the total pages available, which is, what kind of search engine doesn't search through the majority of websites? Number 4. To help me explain, this picture of this iceberg is a splendid analogy for the internet. It has often been speculated that the internet has 6 to 9 levels of what is available. What we use most is the level 0, or the common web. Facebook, like Twitter, like YouTube, we talked about this already. Just the normal stuff, really. Number 5. Level 1, or the surface web, is the next one down. The websites here are just stuff that are a little bit harder to find, but are still accessed by traditional means. Websites like Reddit or Tumblr or Pornhub. Number 6. Level 2, or the Bergy web, named after the iceberg analogy, has stuff like illegal video streaming services, uTorrent, information that is still relatively illegal but can be accessed by normal means. Number 7. Level 3, or the deep web, is where you'll have to get yourself a special software to access. The stuff here consists mostly of sex-related topics, but not just ordinary porn. We'll go into it a bit later. Number 8! Level 4, or the charter web, is where you get the worst of the internet. This is also called the darknet or the dark
Like how you put the worst and then put a llama right there.
web, and it consists of black market trades, snuff films, banned books, human trafficking, and illegal pornography. Level 9. Wait, no. Level 5, Mariana's Web, which is a reference to Marianas Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. 2 facts for the price of 1 is an urban legend. The existence of it hasn't been proven or disproven, but we'll get into it more later. Number 10. Then there's 3 other levels, and if you think Marianas Trench is ridiculous, just wait till you hear these doozies. They're worse than urban legends. There's level 6, which is described solely as the levels between 5 and 7. Number 11. Level 7 is an apparently all-out war where every person on this level is just fighting against another to reach the fabled level 8. Number 12. Then what is level 8? Well, it is known as the Primarch level, where the person who reaches the level after fighting past everyone in level 7 is welcomed by complete rule over the internet. To me, that doesn't sound fun. That just sounds like a lot of paperwork. Number 13. Levels 5 to 8 are just speculation, of course, and as opposed to levels 0 to 4 have not been proven. Well, at least according to Rational Wiki. Number 14. People think that the deep web is super scary, but it's super not. All it is hidden websites that haven't been indexed by search engines. Number 15. Only certain web browsers can access websites that are on the deep web, but these browsers can also be used to anonymously search the web without anybody tracking you or saving what you're looking at, which is handy in this day and age. Number 16. When we use websites normally, we begin the URL with HTTP, which I know we don't naturally type in, but it's there. Look at the top of this page. It's there. You can see it. The letters are actually an anagram, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and is essentially the foundation for everything on our modern internet.
I remember I learned that when I was in my small business management class, and we had to make websites for our business or whatever, and yeah, we found out what that means. So yeah.
Number 17. When using private web browsers, however, the affix changes to HTTPS, which is basically the same thing, apart from the fact that it is a secure communication network. Number 18. There are a wide plethora of web browsers that can be used to access the deep web, but we're just going to talk about 2 of them. Tor, the one with the onion, and I2P. Number 19. Tor is an acronym for the Onion Router, so it's certainly Shrek's favourite, and it has its name due to the fact that you have to peel back layers of an onion in order to find the main part of it, which is similar to how it masks your IP address with multiple layers. Number 20. Tor is powered by the Tor Project Incorporated, and is completely free to download, supported by generous donors. Hashtag not spun. Number 21. An IP address is a string of numbers and dots that are unique to the device that you are using. It uses the internet protocol to communicate over a network. Number 22. Tor works by taking your IP address and bouncing it around various other locations, changing it as it goes. You could be using Tor in the comfort of your own living room in suburban Paris, then it bounces it to somewhere in the United States, then somewhere in Japan, and then somewhere in the United States again. It changes where it bounces you every time you go onto a new page, or every time the page you're on reloads. You can actually check where it's bouncing your IP address to on the browser. Number 23. Sites that use Tor on the deep web use the URL suffix .onion, and the rest of the address is made up of 16 random alphanumeric characters ranging from A to Z and 1 to 7. These change regularly too, so don't bother memorizing them. Number 24. Despite the fact that Tor is deep web oriented and a good section of the deep web is illegal, the Tor Project Incorporated urges users not to torrent anything. Number 25. Invisible Internet Project, also known as I2P, can also be used for the deep web, but it is more darknet oriented. The software is an overlay network, a network within a network. I am not making an Inception joke, you can't make me, and it makes everything sent anonymous and secure. Number 26. As opposed to Tor, where users can access everything in the internet as a whole, I2P is used primarily for messaging services. Number 27. When people say deep web, they usually think dark web, which is like legit scary, and you probably shouldn't go on it because it's super scary and super illegal. So you know, the perfect thing to start talking about.
So there is a difference. I guess I don't really think about that a lot, but because I kind of think of those two words interchangeable, but I guess it is a difference.
Number 28. The dark web is a series of websites that specialize in illicit activities. Because these websites are on the deep web, they naturally cannot be accessed by normal means, and users' IP addresses are masked by the software that they are using to access it. Number 29. Cryptocurrency is used extensively in the deep web. Basically, it is a currency, but it isn't physical or controlled by the banks. Encryption techniques are used in order to control the generation of the currency and to monitor transfer between users. Number 30. Created by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008, Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency used to date. This Nakamoto guy, though, is not necessarily a real person. Thus why we haven't got a picture of him, and is actually a pseudonym for another person, or possible people. We don't know. We actually don't know.
Huh.
Number 31. In 2010, Gavin Anderson joined the Bitcoin team and assumed the role as the face of the company, Nakamoto standing down and fading into obscurity. Number 32. The way in which a person gains Bitcoins is by mining them, but not in the traditional way of mining that we know of, with the zombies and the skeletons and the diamonds and stuff. Number 33. In Bitcoin mining, a person would be given a private key that they would be able to use to access said Bitcoins. To gain more Bitcoins in the mining process, an individual would have to run a program which generates an encryption function on a set of random numbers, and one would gain more Bitcoins based on these numbers. Number 34. The lottery controls how many Bitcoins are in circulation. At the date of writing this video, there are roughly 15 million Bitcoins. There is a cap for the amount, however, being set to 21 million. Considering that in 2011, the Bitcoin circulation was only 6 million, it is anyone's guess as to when this cap will be reached. Number 35. 1 Bitcoin is actually a lot, around $700 US. So instead of saying 0.0 whatever Bitcoins, people have made names for them. The smallest amount of Bitcoin is known as the Satoshi, named in homage to the creator, which is 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. And yes, I've checked, that's lower than 1 American cent. Number 36. Bitcoins are used primarily on the dark web as the primary way to buy things, or what one would receive from selling something. Number 37. One of the most successful examples of this use on the dark web was known as the Silk Road. Started by Ross Dread Pirate Roberts Ulbrich on February 2011, the site has been likened to Amazon, except instead of buying ebooks or Furbies, users bought and sold illegal drugs and goods. Number 38. Its name came from the Silk Road created by the Han Dynasty that were a series of trade routes on the Afro-Eurasian landmass. Number 39. By 2013, Silk Road had branched into many different categories of illicit activities and illegal services. These categories were named drugs, lab supplies, digital goods, services, money, jewelry, weaponry, and food. All of these categories have subcategories, ranging from being able to buy a fake driver's license to murder for hire services. Number 40. The buying system is relatively similar
That's a pretty far wide range.
to Amazon as well, in which someone would see something that they want to buy the item with their currency, Amazon gets a percentage of the profits, and the vendor would get the rest, converting it into their currency. The only difference is that in Silk Road, they use the Bitcoin system. Number 41. 6 months after the conception of Silk Road, Gawker released an article about it, and the site exploded in popularity. The meaning of life. Ross Ulbrich managed a wide-paid staff of online administrators and computer programmers that assisted with the day-to-day operations. Number 43. In October 2013, Ulbrich was found by the FBI and arrested for being the mastermind of the site. It was found that he accumulated more than $13 million worth of Bitcoins in the time of creating Silk Road to its termination. Number 44. Ulbrich entered the Glen Park Public Library in San Francisco, and an FBI agent in the guise of a Silk Road employee asked him to log into the website to fix a technical problem. Once the agent could confirm he was logged in, 2 plain-clothed FBI agents entered the library and staged a lover's tiff to distract Ulbrich. Once his attention was diverted, one of the agents took the laptop and used a USB to extract the files. Ulbricht was alarmed by the taking of his laptop, but ultimately did not resist arrest. Number 45. In 2015, Ulbricht was convicted of distributing narcotics by means of the internet, conspiring to distribute narcotics, engaging in continuing criminal enterprise, conspiring to commit computer hacking, conspiring to traffic in false identity documents, and conspiring to commit money laundering. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and was fined over $150 million. Number 46. During the trial, Ulbricht's lawyer tried to say that Ulbricht was not Dread Pirate Roberts, or DPR as he referred to himself in the chat rooms, and that Ulbricht was a scapegoat, but the jury did not believe the testimony. Number 47. Transcripts were found on Ulbricht's laptop of him talking with assassins, and in the time of Silk Road, Ulbricht supposedly solicited 6 murder for hires in order to protect the site's anonymity. There has been no evidence for the murders having been committed, however, and Ulbricht is still being charged in Maryland for the crime. Number 48.
Somebody give me a somebody if you know what's going on with that. Give me an update because I kind of want to. I'm interested that he's still being charged even though he's already in jail, and he's still being charged in Maryland. I want to know if anybody knows anything about that.
Due to the fact that DPR didn't use any other name than the pseudonym when speaking in chat logs, there are quite a few conspiracies surrounding the fact that Ross Ulbricht was just a scapegoat for the real DPR. Number 49. When recovering evidence from Ulbricht's laptop, there were many journal entries which cited someone known as both Variety Jones and Simon. In the chat logs, there were more than 2,000 pages of discussion between the two, which Variety Jones advised DPR from text editing and messages to users to sending out his first assassin. Whoa! We're halfway there! Variety Jones also came up with the idea of DPR in early 2012, saying that the pseudonym was needed in order to clear your old trail. Jones also said that DPR could be passed on, creating successors of the name. Number 51. In an encrypted interview between DPR and Forbes magazine, DPR stated that they were already a successor of the original DPR, having bought out the original at an undisclosed time, and they would not say who it was. Number 52. Only a month after the termination of Silk Road, Silk Road 2.0 was intended to be open on the 5th of November. It didn't due to technical issues. In fact, it suffered a few hiccups in the first few days, with the main administrator using the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts. Number 53. The login page of Silk Road 2.0 parodied the seizure notice posted on the original Silk Road homepage upon its termination, replacing the saying "This site has been seized" with "This site has risen again." Number 54. In November of 2014, Blake Benthall was arrested. Benthall used the pseudonym Defcon and had been cited as the creator of 2.0. Number 55. After Silk Road 2.0 was closed, another dark web black market, Diabolos Market, renamed itself to Silk Road 3 Reloaded in order to capitalize on the brand. Number 56. Silk Road 3.0 exists to this day, having relaunched in January 2015 on I2P. Number 57. The Silk Road of today primarily sells drugs, books, garden tools, think about it, fake passports and IDs, and other relatively safe pieces of equipment. However, there are other black markets out there that sell a bunch of other worse things. Number 58, baby. Back in the day, Silk Road had a sister site called The Armory, where one would buy weapons. The site was shut down relatively quickly due to the fact that there was little demand for it whatsoever. Number 59. You can hire a hitman! Yep, that's the thing that you can do too! Not just something that's limited to DPR, you can literally go get Tor and find a hitman to kill someone. You need about 25 bitcoins in order to buy one, and that may not seem like a lot, but
I was gonna say, think of $700 times 25. That's literally
in current
what that
exchange
would be.
rates, that is about 20,000 US dollars. Number 60. Also, if you happen to have $20 lying about, you can get a SWAT team sent to someone's house. Number 61. So there's the online black market. which exists all in the encrypted deep web. There are quite a few other ones that we know of, such as Alpha Bay and Dream Market, but we simply have no time to go into them in depth. Trigger warning for the next few facts. Go to this time code to skip them. Number 62. When there is a bombing of some kind, there are some forums on the deep web that discuss ways that the bomb could have been better constructed.
Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit ahead, because I definitely... Okay, what time did he say? Yeah, because he said trigger... Okay. so
Time
he's
to go into them in depth. Trigger warning for the next few facts. Go to this time code to
2027. So... Okay.
and Moez fulfilled it for him. He killed him, cut up his body and stored the dismembered corpse in the freezer. In the months that followed, he slowly ate the frozen parts. Number 76. There's even an IT Crowd episode based on this. That's how you know it was a big deal. Number 77. Despite hearing about those horrific, horrendous events, the deep web isn't all bad though. Like I said before, by definition, it's just websites that haven't been indexed by search engines. Number 78. Alternate reality games are games that exist on both the surface web and the deep web, and it's something that's really, really cool. In an
ARGs are really cool because they actually is it like if you can actually find some on YouTube. If you really like want to see like something like weird or something like that, and like something that like will really kind of like scare you because you would wonder if it's really like if it really is real because it looks like it could possibly be. It actually is pretty cool.
alternate reality game, a person would receive a kind of message, be it an encrypted email, a message in a photo online, or a message in a bottle, and the person would have to figure out the message to find the next clue in a real-life location. Number 79. One popular one is known as I Love Bees, which, when found, displayed a site made for Aunt Margaret, who owned a store that sold honey, but overlaid on it was a black box with strange messages, a countdown, and a cipher. Number 80. Jars of honey were sent to people who had previously taken part in these games, and those who received the honey were to work together to find the real-world locations. Number 81. The real-world locations were usually payphones, and one would have to answer it in order to get the next clue. With each new puzzle...
Well, this is more so like a scavenger hunt than what I have seen like as ARGs like on YouTube. Because you can actually like look them up and they actually are pretty cool, honestly. But
that
yeah.
had been solved, more of a story about a damaged artificial intelligence that had crashed into the Earth came to light, as well as its attempt to contact surviving allies. Number 82. The game culminated to an invitation sent out to the players to visit one of 4 cinemas where they could get a chance to play the upcoming Halo 2 game before its release. So nothing murdery or dangerous after all! Yay! Number 83. There have been a lot of scavenger hunts that have used both the surface web and the deep web, and most of them have been solved and the people who created them revealed to the world. But one is still a mystery to most. Cicada 3301. Number 84. A random posting on an internet forum read,
Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck.
The message was signed 3301. Number 85. The first clue was found in the signature of the 3301, and decoding it brought the individual to a reference to Tiberius Claudius Caesar. Number 86. By using the Caesar cipher, an encryption technique named after and used by Julius Caesar, players found another web address buried in the image's code. Number 87. Although, upon going to this web address, only this image was found. However, players use the image as a clue, running it through decryption programs, the next website it taking them to being a message board on Reddit. Number 88. There are many steps following this, where it required high cryptography skills to solve each one. The final step led players to a set of QR codes on posters throughout the world. The codes on the posters led them to a .onion site, and what was on the .onion site? Well, we don't know. Number 89. After a set number of people accessed the site and registered their emails, the site shut down, leaving only the message,
We want the best, not the followers.
the chosen few receiving emails about something. No one has said what though. Number
What do you guys speculate on it? I feel like it could be it's definitely curious to me like what they wanted, but I can definitely say that they probably got very, very smart people to decrypt everything. That's actually pretty
Number 90.
interesting.
More encryptions have been set up by the Cicada 3303 since the closure of the original site, but we still don't know who set it up in the first place, or even what the purpose of it is. Number 91. Some people have speculated that it is an FBI tool to find skilled cryptographers. Others say that it's just another PR stunt from a company to advertise a new product though. Number 92. Mariana's Web, as I said earlier, is believed to be the deepest part of the internet, where all humanity's best kept secrets exist, including, but not limited to, the location of Atlantis, the location of the Holy Grail, and the secret history of the Vatican. Number 93. There have been some who have said that in Mariana's Web exists a super intelligent form of female artificial intelligence that overlooks the whole of the internet like some kind of goddess. But yeah, we can't prove that. Number 94. Mariana's Web can only be accessed by using polymeric Falsigol derivation, which is, well, we actually don't know what that is either, but it has something to do with quantum computers, which don't exist. Number 95. Mariana's Web is believed by many to be in the waters, get it, of quantum woo, which states that irrational beliefs can be justified by putting something related to quantum physics in it. Number 96. The world's governments have used a lot of means and countermeasures to ensure that hidden services that exist on the dark/deep web are closed, and those in charge are arrested. Number 97. One very popular measure was Operation Onimus, which was put in play by international law enforcement. The operation began work on the 5th and 6th of November on 2014, responsible for shutting down Silk Road 2.0 and other dark web markets. Number 98. They stated that they used an exploit in Tor to find those involved, but Andrew Luhmann, a Tor representative, downplayed the idea of vulnerability in the network, saying it sounded like old-fashioned police work instead of high-tech hacking. Number 99. The US government asked for NASA's help, and are in the process of developing a Google for the Darknet in an attempt to uncover cybercriminals, drug dealers, and pedophiles. This program is called MEMEX, a combination of the words memory and index. Number 100! So we've talked a lot about the really horrible parts of the deep web, but there are also really cool, really kooky stuff, like one which shares silly cat facts. Unfortunately, it is no longer in operation, although if you believe the Reddit users...
That sucks. So why is that not in operation? Out of everything here, why is that not in operation?
Might be... Number 101! But seriously though, use of services like Tor is great at keeping yourself private. Say you have had trouble with privacy in the past, using Onion services or similar proxies to keep yourself hidden allows one to feel safe.
That was 101 facts about the deep web, and I don't know about you, but
Well, pretty interesting and kind of dark facts, but you know, all in all, a good video. Skip that part in the video because, yeah, I couldn't play that part because I don't want to get the video taken down by YouTube or anything else to happen to the video. But yeah, so talk to you guys in the next video. Also subscribe to the channel. I want to get 500 subscribers by January 14th. And yeah, talk to you guys in the next video, and peace.